Hey friends, Dóri here for Gamereactor. I'm here with Jonathan and we are in London taking a look at some of the things that Square Enix is going to be showing us at E3. And first up, we're taking a look at Dragon Quest Builders. Looks quite familiar.
It looks really familiar. Well, it's set in the Dragon Quest universe, which is a very well-established role-playing series. But this is, I guess, a little bit more silly universe, but its premise is very much like Minecraft, I would say. The world is building blocks that you can cut into and gather materials and build new stuff and that sort of thing. So it looks really similar to Minecraft, but in a third-person perspective.
And it's also very pretty story heavy. I mean, you have a running narrative of the goddess that wakes you up, and then you need to figure out what's happening in the world and all that.
Yeah, you're kind of buried alive, I guess, at the beginning of the game, and then you find your way out to this land where you have to. Everyone that lives in the land have lost the ability to create, to build. So you're the only one who can build anything. And you have to help them rebuild this world. So I guess it seems to be open world, but not randomly generated like Minecraft were. So it's much more structured.
Yeah, when we first in the section that we played, when we get out of our tomb, so to speak, it shows several different looking areas opening up.
Yeah, exactly, and you meet characters you talk to, and this goddess talk to you all through the game. Perhaps we don't know yet, but and I don't know. Did you get an idea of what the main quest was other than building the land?
No, not really. I mean, there's some signposts hidden around telling us that there's somebody that is writing the story of what happened, and maybe that's a trailer we need to go down. But we only played the very short beginning of the game. Yeah. And but what we did get is a kind of an idea of how the crafting system works. I kind of like that. It's the classic. You gather resources, you find a spot like it's tree trunks a lot of the places, and then you just build. And recipes come to you from the goddess as they're needed. At least here in the beginning.
And it seemed really intuitive. It was not hard to get into the crafting system at all. It was like you got a sort of a recipe. And then it was just there in the menu, and if you got the right materials, you can build it right away. So it's quite easy that way, I think.
Yeah. And the building here in the beginning of the game, at least, was very simplistic. So like it showed you how to build a room that's basically just 2 blocks high and closed around, and then that's a room. But there's also a trailer running here that shows much more complicated structures.
It's obvious that there's gonna be more complicated stuff, I guess. But I would say one of the kind of negative things, well, you are in this third-person perspective, so I felt that it was perhaps a bit more hard to control than if you compare it to Minecraft in the first.
It was a bit harder to aim exactly where you want to build.
Put the blocks wrong places, and if I have to put it above, I have to push a button and hit the right place, and that seemed a little awkward, I would say, than the first-person perspective we have in Minecraft, which makes it much more easy to just put it where you want it to be. So, yeah, I was a little bit on edge with that, I would say. But
so far, first hands-on impressions quite positive. I mean, if you're a fan of games like Minecraft, if you're a fan of the Dragon Quest universe, this is definitely something that you should keep an eye on.
Yeah, absolutely, and it looks good. I would say it's simple, but it has sort of a colorful, cartoony world, and there's some humor in it, like the whole beginning of the tutorial. It's like a lot of boring text, but the text is aware that it's boring, asks you if you're sleeping and stuff like that. So it seems to be a little bit of self-awareness about that as well. Yeah. So,
yeah, absolutely. Thanks for watching, and keep it locked to Gamereactor for more information on Dragon Quest Builders.
Absolutely.